I got a text that said, okay. And I immediately thought that the person was mad at me. Does that sound familiar to you? That one assumption almost cost me a business partnership worth six figures. And it's probably costing you more than you realize. After 39 years of coaching high achieving people who've mastered external success, but sometimes struggle with internal fulfillment, I have seen how this one communication habit destroys businesses, marriages, and friendship. And here's what I've noticed. The same assumption making pattern that creates relationship drama is the exact thing keeping high performers stuck in a cycle of burnout and overwhelm. So today, I am sharing the transformative power of curiosity in communication and why replacing assumptions with curiosity might be the missing piece in both your relationships and your success. The first point is the assumption trap that's sabotaging your success. Let me tell you about a client of mine, a brilliant CEO, built his company from nothing to eight figures. That's pretty impressive. He came to me completely burnt out. And when we dug into it and dove deeper, we discovered something actually fascinating. He was making assumptions all day long without even realizing it. It was a blind spot for him. He assumed his team's silence meant that they agreed with him, right? He assumed that because one conversation went badly last quarter, that every future interaction with that person was going to go the same way. And here's the kicker. Those assumptions cost his company $200,000 in a failed product launch. That's a lot of money. Yes. So his team wasn't agreeing with him in all those silent meetings. They felt too intimidated to bring up their concerns. They had concerns about the product direction, but he created an environment where his assumptions blocked the very information or input that he needed to have it be successful. And this is what I see over and over again with my high achieving client. I mean, let's be honest. Assumptions are easier. They're mental shortcuts. It's why we assume our friend is ignoring us when maybe they're just drowning in their own work, or why we assume our partner should know what we're thinking, even though, newsflash, they are not mind readers. They don't have psychic powers. But here's the truth that took me like 40 years to finally get. Assumptions are not facts. They're guesses dressed up as certainty. Research shows that believing we know something is actually a huge obstacle to actually knowing it. We are literally blocking ourselves from clarity. Point two, why curiosity is your secret weapon for deeper connection. So what's the antidote? Curiosity, but not the surface level, how are you kind of curiosity. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what we call emotional curiosity, the genuine desire to understand what's happening beneath the surface. So let me share something personal. That okay text that I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, it was from a potential business partner. And I had been negotiating with this person for months, and we were finalizing a deal that would transform both our businesses, really take us both to the next level. And I sent over the final proposal, and all I got back was, okay, crickets, right? My immediate assumption was they hated it. They were backing out. They were having second thoughts. I somehow offended them. I spent like the next hour crafting this very elaborate response, defending each point and explaining my position. And then I caught myself I have been doing this for decades. I should catch myself, right? And I recognized the assumption that was spiraling. So instead of sending that crazy reply, I got curious and I picked up the actual phone. Yes, the actual telephone. And I said, hey, I got your message. And, you seemed very brief. Is everything all right? What are your thoughts on the proposal? It turns out they were back-to-back meetings that day, board meetings and team meetings, and they quickly reviewed it in between sessions. They loved everything, and they just shot me a quick okay. Okay meant let's move forward. It didn't mean any of the things that I was assuming. My assumption would have created so much drama if I had interacted with it and sent that email. Worse, my defensive response would have made me look insecure and potentially killed the whole deal. Like, what is this chick talking about, right? But here's what's really powerful. When you lead with curiosity, it's not just about avoiding misunderstanding. Studies show that curiosity is at the top of the list for determining leadership potential, right alongside emotional intelligence. It's not a soft skill, it's a success skill. Curiosity shifts conversations from defensive to collaborative, co creative. And for high achievers who are used to having the answers for everyone, this can feel kind of vulnerable in a way. But that vulnerability is exactly where the magic happens. Point three, the three-step curiosity reset that changes everything. Now, I bet what you're thinking is, this sounds great, Jocelyn, but how do I actually do this when I'm in the heat of the moment, when I'm stressed and I'm dealing with a million things? So here's the framework that I teach my clients to use. And it works whether this is with a team member in your business, a spouse, or a barista that never remembers your order. Whoever you're dealing with, this system will work. First step is catch yourself in an assumption. And this is harder than it sounds because our brains are assumption making machines. So your brain is constantly filling in blanks, creating stories, making meaning out of incomplete information. So you have to train yourself to notice when you're assuming. The telltale signs are that you find yourself using words like always or never. Those are good red flags. They always do this, or they never listen, or you're creating elaborate stories about someone's motivations without any actual evidence for them. Your brain is going to try and convince you that your guess is a fact. Don't let it. Catch yourself. I had a client who assumed that his teenage daughter had been hating him because she was always on her phone and never really wanted to have a conversation with him. The assumption was destroying their relationship because he was relating to her through the lens that she hated him. He caught himself and he asked, "What evidence do I have that my daughter hates me? She isn't doing anything other than being on her phone." So when he realized that this was just a story that he had created and then engaged with and made seem more and more real, he dropped it, and his relationship with his daughter was way better for it, obviously. Step two, ask a curious question instead. So you catch yourself and then you ask a curious question. Replace it with an inquiry. But here's the key, it has to be genuine curiosity, not like an interrogation, not why did you do that, which sounds accusatory and drives up reasons. But can you help me understand your thinking on this? Or what's your experience of this situation? Or my personal favorite, tell me more about that. Those kind of questions will elicit connection. The client with his daughter, he asked, I noticed you seem distant lately. What's going on in your world? And it turned out his daughter was being bullied at school. He didn't even know it. She was actually deeply depressed and desperately needed him to support her and didn't know how to ask for help. That one curious question saved their relationship and possibly his daughter's life. I mean, if you really play it out. Step three, see what changes. Pay attention to how different the interaction feels when you lead with curiosity rather than certainty. Most of my clients are shocked by what they discover. One executive that I work with started using this with her team. And instead of assuming that they understood what she was saying or understood her vision, she got curious. What's your understanding of where we're headed? And the responses revealed massive misalignments that she never even knew existed. But because she had approached it with curiosity instead of criticism or certainty, her team felt safe to be able to be honest. So they course corrected, and their next quarter was the most successful of that year to date. This isn't just about being a better communicator. I mean, it's included in that, but it's not limited to that. It's about becoming a better leader and partner and human being. When you replace assumptions with curiosity, you create a psychological safety. People feel seen, they feel heard, they feel understood. And that's when real transformation and connection happen. Point four, why high achievers struggle most with this and how to fix it. Here's something I've noticed after working with hundreds of entrepreneurs. The higher you climb, the more dangerous assumptions become. And there's a reason for that. Nobody really talks about it, but there is a reason for that danger rising. When you are successful, you're used to being right. You have built your entire career on making quick decisions, on reading situations fast, trusting your gut. These are strengths until they're not, because that same pattern recognition that made you successful can actually become the very thing that keeps you stuck at a certain level of success. I see this especially with people who have built like 7 and 8 figure businesses. It's rampant. They are so used to having the answers that asking questions feels like a weakness. So they assume they should know everything, and that uncertainty would be a failure. So for so many years, what this work has taught me is that the most successful people are the most curious people. I mean, think about it. When you just assume instead of ask, you miss critical information. You miss the emotional intelligence data that's actually driving results in reality. You miss innovation that comes from truly understanding different perspectives. And you miss the connection that transforms a group of employees into a loyal team out to accomplish the same thing. One of my clients is a founder of a tech company, and she told me that she felt like she was suffocating under the weight of having to have all the answers for everybody. Her team looked to her for everything. She was exhausted, burnt out, resentful. Does that sound familiar? We implemented what I call this curiosity rounds. Curiosity rounds are great because in her meetings, instead of her providing all the solutions, she'd ask, "What do you think we should do in this situation?" Or, "What am I not seeing?" Or, "What would you do if you were in my position?" All of a sudden, people started generating instead of just being the receivers. And at first, it was uncomfortable because her team was so used to her having all the answers, they would just implement. So they froze in the beginning, but staying curious and asking them their thoughts, there are no wrong answers here. Slowly, they started to open up and develop the muscle of co-creation. Within 3 months, her team was more engaged than they had been in years. They were bringing ideas to the table instead of just bringing problems to the table. Innovation increased. And here's like the beautiful part is she got her life back. She actually wasn't carrying the weight of the entire company on her shoulders alone anymore. But there's another layer to this for high achievers. You're not just making assumptions about others, you're also making assumptions about yourself. I have to do everything if I want it done right, if I want to maintain quality. Success requires sacrifice and struggle. Taking time for myself is selfish. These are assumptions that are keeping you trapped in patterns that no longer serve you. When you get curious about these internal assumptions, is this actually true or is this a decision I made? What evidence do I have for this thing? And what if the opposite were true? That's when real transformation starts to begin. When you move from external success to what I call aligned success, where your achievements actually fuel you instead of drain you, that's a whole other world. So here's your assignment this week. Lead with curiosity. Catch yourself when you're making an assumption about a text or an email or someone's behavior or about what someone meant by what they said. Pause and ask a question. Get curious instead of being so certain. And for those of you that are high achievers, feeling that disconnect between external success and internal fulfillment, this curiosity work is just the beginning. If you are ready to break free from the cycle of achievement without fulfillment, that's what I do. I help people create that alignment in 90 days or less in my 90-day group coaching experience. The link is in the description below. Click on it and join me for 90 days. Now, if you got value from this conversation, watch the next video and you can dive even deeper into this world of vision, creation, and fulfillment. Click the next video now.